Well, Caroline Poynton is going to have to record this because I wonder why she sounds the way she does. And it's really weird. I mean, I wish they'd leave people alone. That Mike person, I wish they'd leave him alone. I like that Mike from Top. I think he was the only one that I liked. And now he's gone. I won't be watching any of it. I'm trying not to watch any of it.
The decision has been taken that Mike Graham will not return.
Why are you talking like that? If you have breath or something?
I'm afraid that is as much as I can say on that matter. I know
is it a man
that is going to cause a lot of upset and a lot of concern for a lot of our audience who've been with us for a very, very long time.
The death of Britain's corrupted MSM continues at an astonishing pace. Just like my defenestration from GB News represented the end of the true renegade approach to news.
No, in any way I can try and sound.
That channel becoming the establishment organ it is today, the removal of Mike Graham from Talk TV for a Facebook post that he insisted he never wrote is the beginning of the end, I think, for the previously brilliant channel. I mean, I loved it. I was there all throughout 2020 hosting the Drive Time show, and at that point it really was the home of free speech. In the end, though, the woke campaigners at TalkSport, who have spent the past 5 years opposing Talk TV's political viewpoint, won the brutal civil war that has now raged for weeks inside Rupert Murdoch's News UK. It didn't matter that Mike was the top rating host, that he had previously turned down big money offers to defect to GB News, and that his blood, sweat and tears is a large part of the success of Talk today. It didn't even matter that there has been a mega viewer boycott and that ratings are down over half since his suspension. Because in corporate media, trust me, woke always wins. So in just 83 words, News UK Chief Executive Rebecca Brooks brutally ended Mike's decades-long MSM career with this statement. We were made aware of an abhorrent and vile post on Mike Graham's social platform several weeks ago. Mike Graham said this was not posted by him and he agreed to cooperate with the company investigation using an independent forensic firm. He later reneged on several opportunities to cooperate with the company investigation. We have been greatly concerned at his repeated failure to cooperate on such a serious matter, and the decision has been taken that Mike Graham will not return to Talk. Now, it was left to Mike's longtime co-host and friend Julia Hartley-Brewer to make the announcement to gobsmack
Well, this is because of the internet. You see, before Night 7 we didn't have the internet.
We are going to go straight to P&Q's just a few moments, but as
you think about it, we didn't have the internet like this before
the news that News UK, the parent company of this station, Talk, has made the following statement. Their statement reads as follows: we were made aware of an abhorrent and vile post on Mike Graham's social platform several weeks ago. Mike Graham said this was not posted by him, and he agreed to cooperate with a company investigation using an independent forensic firm. He later reneged on several opportunities to cooperate with the company investigation. We have been gravely concerned at his repeated failure to cooperate on such a serious matter, and the decision has been taken that Mike Graham will not return to Talk. I'm afraid that is as much as I can say on that matter. I know that is going to cause a lot of upset and a lot of concern for a lot of our audience who've been with us for a very long time. But that is the official statement from the parent company of Talk, and that is where we are at in terms of Mike Graham, who will not be returning to this station. Let me introduce you to my guest in the studio. Claire Pistol is the former Conservative government advisor. She's been with me.
But that moment of high drama was followed by silence.
What is going on about?
Because there's no free speech anymore on Talk TV.
What's she talking about, babe?
And just like I was at GB News, Mike is now erased from Talk's history. It's as if he never existed.
She is a man.
Hilariously, and sometimes you've got to see the funny side of these things, right?
That was a man.
Mike has been replaced in the Talk lineup. They posted this new picture showing their fresh new lineup.
What?
By, wait for it, Mark Dolan.
No.
Yes, Mark Dolan.
No, I can't stand him.
The ultimate shill who did everything he could to take my job at GB News before eventually being sacked by management.
I can't stand him. I'm Jeremy Kyle anymore.
I can't stand him.
I'll never watch it again.
But he's safe.
No.
So Talk have anointed him Mike's successor.
I turned Jeremy Kyle.
He won't take over the breakfast show, though. I'm told management wants Jeremy Kyle in that slot, but he is resisting. As is Kevin.
They're meant to be Mike's friends, and they should be behind the
remain
friends.
close friends with my
But I've got to say, you.
Well, a very good morning to you. This Monday, the 10th of November, and I woke up this morning and I thought,
you know what? Mike's
it's absolutely hacking it down with rain across the United Kingdom. The wind is blowing. It's awful, isn't it?
Mike thought you can fucking get up instead of
Welcome to Plank of the Week. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan. I'm in for Mike Graham, and I'm surrounded by beauty and glamour this week. At the risk
and Alex is a shame on all of them as well, mate.
Which of course I am.
And Alex.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It is over for the MSM, and this is actually the best thing that could have happened to Mike Graham, even though he probably feels battered and bruised right now. As Calvin McKenzie wrote, sad to report that Mike Graham, the talented breakfast show presenter on Rupert Murdoch's Talk, has been fired by News UK over a post on his Facebook page, which he said had been hacked. The audience has fallen by 60% since he was taken off air a couple of weeks back. Mr. Graham is expected to join Dan Wootton's growing stable of talent. Interesting. Come on over, Mike. It's good over here. Hard to believe the station will survive with Mr. Graham supplying the majority of the audience. His place has been taken by Jeremy Kyle, whose strong suit on ITV was insulting white council house tenants. Hacking has always been an issue with News UK. Rebecca Brooks was fired, then rehired as CEO after facing a lengthy Old Bailey trial accused of hacking.
None of them.
I have my doubts that Brooks intends to hire
it just shows you.
Or rehire.
No matter where you go, what you do, mate, none of them are your friends.
And Father Calvin Robinson, who will be here live shortly, added, there was nothing abhorrent or vile about Mike Graham's Facebook post. Shame on Talk, News UK. I stand with Mike. Take the Independent Republic of Mike Graham truly independent. Legacy media and its overbearing, controlled narrative is dying fast.
It just shows you that they will not
stand. And I've got to say, Mike was also right not to cooperate with News UK's dodgy investigation, as exclusively outlined for Outspoken by the brilliant new media sensation Lauren the Insider. Watch this. Okay, half of you watching this are not subscribed to Dan Wootton Outspoken, and the best way you can support what we do is by hitting that subscribe button. It is completely free, and turn on the notification bell to be alerted to our new episodes.
Another day, another casualty. Mike Graham has been axed, ousted. Be gone with you, Mike, from mainstream media. What Talk don't realise is they have just given Mike the biggest start in independent media, because people no longer want to hear propaganda, and he's a casualty because he's not fitting in with their woke agenda. I do not blame him for not giving them access to his phone and computer for their independent investigation. It's not an independent investigation, in my opinion. Why would you let the very company that has spent £1.2 billion in the phone hacking scandal anywhere near any of your electronic devices? No, thank you. This is another casualty that has fallen by the wayside in mainstream because of their woke agenda. They have hung him out to dry, to make an example of him, to be seen to be doing the right thing. Ultimately, this is utter bullshit.
And so many of us in the independent space, even though, by the way, I don't agree with Mike on lots of issues, like on Tommy Robinson, for example. But that doesn't mean that I don't think this will be a boon for Mike's career. Indeed, my old friend Abby Roberts, author of the new book Hot Banana, posted on X, "This is Mike Graham's Tucker moment," referring to Tucker Carlson. Fuck Talk TV and their bootlicking senses. Go for it, Mike.
Yeah.
And I wanted to hear a bit more from Abby Roberts on that, actually.
I think Mike should go.
So she sent us this exclusive.
And do a little bit. I think Mike should come on your show.
Hello, it's me, Abby Roberts.
It'd be very, very good if you could get if Dan could get an interview with Mike.
And somebody who's very used
and he could
to
come on
being
Dan's
censored and
on here. I
cancelled.
was going to say it'd be very good if he could come on Mike's show,
Mike
Dan's
Graham
show.
has been
Mike,
sacked, or
and you
the
could maybe
Americans
try
say,
and work
canned
something out.
From Talk TV for something
Because
he said or
Mike's
didn't
brilliant.
say, or possibly
He knows how to
offended somebody,
commentate.
or
He knows how to.
outrageous. I don't really give a shit. He
I mean, maybe it was because they wanted him to talk to.
speech.
Yeah.
And because he refused to take part in a Maoist struggle session.
Yeah.
Well, I've got news for you. Legacy media, including Talk TV, GB News, you're on your way out. You're on your way out. There's a new media landscape full of free speech, full of offence, full of words that may offend you. So stop clutching your fucking pearls and wake up, because it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Mike, come into the new media landscape waters. It's lovely and warm. I'll see you over there.
And I mean, I do have to say, the longer the shills
you know what?
and the
That was
MSN
quite nice.
hang
It
on,
was
the
a bit
harder
wild,
it's
but
going to be to come into this space. So this is good timing for Mike. And I have to say, when I saw
I was
him
going to say I'm laughing
overnight,
at that. Even he's like,
on X,
like
what an ugly bint. When someone called him a big fat useless blubbering racist, I knew his new era was upon us. And I think it's going to be big for him. I mean, his anodyne first video
I would be if he could come on your show with yourself.
Over 1 million views. Watch.
Good morning. I'm Mike Graham, and I just wanted to say a special heartfelt thank you to all of you brilliant
Mike
listeners
and
and
my
viewers
shirt.
who have sent me some
I
of
don't
the
want
most
Jamie Carroll.
fantastic
You
messages
know
and
what,
support,
mate? You can go
over
away
the
now.
last couple of weeks.
Right,
I really
when he
appreciate
was
it.
on
I've
with
read
you, I
every
didn't
single
mind.
one,
I didn't like Jeremy Kyle very much from the start. But when he was on your show, he was alright.
Say a personal apology about having to cancel the show at the Shepherd's Bush Empire, The World of Common Sense, this week.
They can fuck off, mate.
It'll be back next
bullies.
May.
It's okay, the bullies, mate.
So we will see
the
you
bullies,
then.
And you've got a lot of people behind you, man.
I'll see you soon.
I'm only a little person.
Of
You've
course,
got a
there
lot of
has been
people,
total
man.
silence today from every talk presenter, even though Isabel Oakeshott was happy to make this on-air.
And I can't believe her. She's a bitch.
Isabel Oakeshott, how are you?
I don't like her anyway. I don't like any of you.
I'm still getting used to seeing you at this time.
Stuck up bitch. Fuck off.
There's an answer to that, but I'm not doing on national radio. The BBC, many people are saying to me this.
Not cool, and there's fury from the audience. Sandy of Suffolk
could have said he's covering for Mike.
Have just
could have said, I'm not allowed to say anything else, but I'm just covering for Mike today.
Shame on talk. Utter shame.
And shame on Jeremy Kyle and them. Not fucking
disgraceful treatment. This is from Simon Wright. Disgraceful
and
treatment.
That's reform. That's reform. She's from reform. I don't like that.
Messages
once again
to
from
his
reform.
Family, his photos, emails, bank accounts. He's not a terrorist.
I know.
They did it to Dan Wootton. Who is next? One slip of the tongue, and Julie Hartley-Brewer and Kevin O'Sullivan
done it to everyone.
all gone. Queen Natalie posted just like that a 1-minute statement, and he's gone after pouring years into talk, grinding through low ratings when no one was listening. He stayed loyal. No doubt turned down big offers from GB News. He did, I can confirm that. When others jumped ship. Listen, loyalty means nothing in the MSM and establishment. Mike, this is your chance. Go full unfiltered. Say what you really think. No more chains. The worst takes were unsurprisingly from GB News, which seemed to call his post vile, and Narinder Kaur, who wrote, Mike Graham officially sacked from YouTube channel Talk after failing to cooperate with the investigation on his racist Facebook.
I know what you mean. It's not good. Well, I'm sorry, I just had to pause it for a minute while I made a cup of coffee. But the thing is, I was just thinking anyway, I don't get all this shit. And even, because someone's just saying, why didn't you just cooperate or whatever there? Well, why should he? And then they'll say, well, if you're not guilty, then you'd cooperate. Well, supposedly, yeah. If you're not guilty of something, you would cooperate. But even if, let's just say he did say that and did post that. Okay, maybe the lying bit's not going to do you any good. Maybe you should just own up and say, yeah, I did do a silly mistake. And they'd probably fire him anyway. Either way, they're probably going to fire him. Which is wrong. Because at the end of the day, yeah, just because he might have said something, how does that make someone a criminal? And what, a criminal for fucking life? Just because you posted a tweet, you may be like that lady, you know, the lady that did that and then went to jail, you know. I just think, oh my God, she didn't do anything wrong. What, she might have said, well, stuff that, or whatever. But how does that make you a criminal for life? I don't see how that becomes that. Because let's remember this one. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt you. Well, where did that saying come from? And where did it go? Because tell you what, that's disappeared, that saying. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but names will never hurt you. So, just because someone says something that you don't really like, and maybe, it depends in what situations things are in, I suppose, in every way. I mean, someone could call me a bitch. And maybe I might start laughing. It might be in a funny way. But then someone could call me a bitch and I might start crying. Because it could be in a really nasty, horrible way. So that same word, I could interpret that same word as in two different ways. Maybe somebody saying it as, oh, you're a dog and you're running and now you're a bitch and you, come on, run faster, bitch. And I start laughing because I think it was funny or whatever they're trying to say in them ways. But they're not meaning it is in a nasty way. It's just the meaning it is in a certain way as, come on then, whatever. Maybe they're not being really nice. But then I could take it into say, like, someone's called me a bitch. And then I could take that into a really nasty, they could be saying it in a really nasty, horrible way to me. That I'm a bitch, you're a fucking motherfucking bitch, you move out the way, or... Yeah. So that, the same word can be interpreted two different ways to someone. Isn't that the same as any words can be interpreted in any different way? Most words, you can make 3 words out of one bloody word sometimes. Yeah. You can make nearly a sentence out of one word. Yeah. Out of one word, you can make a sentence, more or less, for yourself. Depends what word that is, but and you can interpret it into a lot of different things. And I don't think that should make anybody a criminal for their life. You see, what they're doing here with this man is this is bullying. He's not done nothing wrong. It's just them bullying. They've just found one stupid tweet. He might have said when he was a bit drunk. I don't bloody know. I mean, if he did do it, didn't do it, I just don't see what the fucking hell is wrong. I don't see how that should get somebody fired. I mean, maybe your boss might have a word with you and not be very happy with you in the morning. You might get a warning, maybe, that you can't put things like that. Don't be doing that again, kind of thing. But I don't see why you should be criminalised or seem to be criminalised for saying something that somebody doesn't like. Unless you, even if you do something that someone doesn't like, it doesn't mean that you're doing something bad to them. Unless you're doing something to them physically to harm them, I suppose, then that's when things become a criminal. That's when you become criminalised. That's when you become a criminal, when you start to harm somebody. If you start to hit somebody or you start to do something like that, that's when you start to become a criminal. But to say something to somebody is possibly could start an argument and possibly could start a fight, because usually sometimes we can all say things and we can have a fight. I'm going to start with your friend and look, how many people have been in them situations? All of us. We've all been in them situations, especially when we've been in school. We've all been in them, and somebody says something and then you reach out and you lash out and you go to do the okey cokey eating one, and you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you're some bad hooligan for the rest of your bloody life, does it?
A 1 minute
unless you go stabbing someone. Oh, doesn't mean they're a hooligan when they go stabbing someone to death.
Low ratings when no one was listening.
No one was listening when they got knives.
No doubt turned down big offers from GB News. He did, I can confirm that. When others jumped ship. Listen, loyalty means nothing in the MSM and establishment. Mike, this is your chance. Go full unfiltered. Say what you really think. No more chains. The worst takes were unsurprisingly from GB News, which seemed to call his post vile, and Narinder Kaur, who wrote, Mike Graham officially sacked from YouTube channel Talk after failing to cooperate with the investigation on his racist Facebook post. Why didn't he just cooperate? I doubt talk would have done anything. A channel steeped in hate towards brown and black folk, a slap on the wrist and a pat on the back. Narinda Love, just wondering, why aren't you talking about woke ITV allowing Adil Ray, the host of Good Morning Britain,
why are you talking about anything else? Why are you talking about King Charles? Why are they not talking about King Charles or anything else, mate?
For you.
I mean, he's just another fucking drop in the bastard ocean that King Charles has given out.
Big news.
So look, because he's Muslim.
Because in the past hour, Mike Graham has announced his return
Mike Graham's
to the media independently.
English.
Where he has pledged
British
to continue
English.
broadcasting popular segments
I'm not sure
like
if British or English. I'm going to say British English.
He's in a position at the moment of like, to hell with you.
What I'm saying is British English is born on our island.
So I want to take you through his major announcement. He has posted.
I'm not being offensive to anybody that is born in Scotland or Wales or Ireland.
After an incredible journey as the presenter of Morning Glory on Talk TV,
they are well
time
Scottish
at the
and
station
Irish,
has come
and I'm
to
talking
an
English.
end. More on that in the coming days.
I'm not British, I'm English.
It has been a truly enjoyable experience.
If anybody thinks that's fucking racist, then they will fuck off, because that's what the background is.
By the voices that matter most.
For 1,000 years
voices. That said, it's time to move on to the next
chapter. Can't be anything else, can I?
I've been immensely grateful to my viewers and listeners without whom the show would have been nothing. Your passion, your questions, and your unwavering support have made every broadcast meaningful and every conversation electric. You turned the program into a community, and that bond is something I'll carry with me
Christmas
always.
with Kiss Down
I'm thrilled to announce my new venture.
The Mike Graham Show, because I kept saying, well, no one going to do his Christmas tree, Kiss Down.
With full details and updates on my webpage at MikeGrahamShow.com. This is where I'll continue to serve the public in the ways that have always driven me. Holding politicians to account, highlighting injustices wherever they arrive, and being a relentless voice for those who feel ignored or overlooked by the government. The fight for truth, fairness and common sense doesn't stop, it just evolves. I hope you'll come with me on this journey. Your energy and
alright, some of it might be woke. Okay.
Stay tuned for some more announcements in the coming days.
Some of it might be woke because he's going off what they're saying.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
But I think he puts his own spin on it.
He then
that's the thing with Mike, he puts his own spin on that. Whatever they're saying, he makes his own into that.
He says,
and he puts his own thing onto that.
Show will be my new
I don't know how he does that, but he's got obviously good talent in that. Very good, I was going to say. And just because someone said one thing on a one thing post,
all the unfiltered fire you loved from Morning Glory. No holding back, no corporate leash, just straight talking truth and a good laugh along the way. Keep an eye out for fan favourites like Plank of the Week, daily posts, hot takes and opinions that'll keep you fired up, and we will be ramping up the live show, so get ready for some real-time showdowns. This is going to be a blast. Join the ride. Let's make some noise together. Hashtag Mike Graham Show.
Mike Graham.
Hashtag no holding back. So it's on. It's on. And for me, this is a good moment because what it shows is that the MSM is on the way out and independent media is the future and the
you started it in a way with Mara Zusi in a way.
Let me bring in two independent media superstars on our superstar panel. But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now, one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturisers.
Walker.
He says they
Liam
hardly
Tuff.
make a dent on your appearance. Some can even be harmful to
And
your
Katie
skin.
Atkins. That's it, Katie Atkins.
Now, recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? Well, so that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. He says it's almost like Photoshop for your face, and you may even be mad
some of the politicians together, some of the
to visibly erase your wrinkles from view. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique
all of
the age rewinder
going,
because it
and
can
not all of them
years
going as much,
or
but
even
we can keep them people
of your
going, and they can join into the
2 minutes.
political world.
In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has
eventually
released a step-by-step video to the public,
it can all
free
join
and
together.
uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple
because everybody's in the
solution
right
from
jobs.
home. And he says that if it even helps one person look younger or feel more confident, he will be thrilled
to be confident in what they're doing.
The video has since
and everybody has their own job, and no buttoning in everybody else's job just don't like what they're seeing, you know, like what they're doing.
Views, and
they've got their job, and you
so
don't like it because they're doing a different job. Yeah, because they're doing a different job, and you're doing that job.
Reporting they look
right, you get on with that job, and they get on with that job, and then when they've got on with that job, and you've got on with that job,
and you've both done the job.
Yeah, we put that together. Then all of everybody's jobs together come together as the government.
Thank you. So you can find out more about this yourself right now. Go
because
to
once everybody's done the jobs that they need to be doing, they can bring that together, and then that is what you call your government working together.
That's bhmd1.com/outspoken.
Because once everybody do a job, what they should be
doing, Dr. Lake asked from his viewers, if watching this video
most jobs can be getting things that need to be done can get done.
Then
and then when you bring it together in Parliament, it is together then.
Together we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video at bhmd1.com/outspoken right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. And now, back to the show. Bernie Spotforth and Father Calvin Robinson with me. So, Father Calvin, it looks like Mike Graham listened to your advice. He's going independent.
Yes.
He absolutely should. Fantastic news. The thing is Mike already bigger than Talk TV? Are they going to regret this decision on day one?
Yeah.
Because as people have pointed out, he has his own audience. He's been there for many years. Slogged it out over the dry spells, when there was a mass exodus over to GB News, etc., etc. He hasn't been treated with much loyalty, has he? And I don't actually think he's done anything wrong, to be honest with you. In fact, I do
I've just said he hasn't done anything wrong.
He should have just owned it and said, yes, this is my opinion, I stand by it.
To
say, oh, I was hacked is a bit wet, but, you know, I get it. People want to protect their livelihood and protect their jobs.
I get it, but
let's come back to that. This is really important because
should have just owned
you don't actually think this initial post, which News UK described in that statement today as abhorrent, where Mike Graham was talking about the fact, why are we surrounded by so many non-white people? Even though you are a non-white person, you don't actually think it was abhorrent.
No.
Why would it be? Mike Graham is an English white person in England, a predominantly white country, and he's asking the question of, why is he being ethnically cleansed in his own
not
words?
right?
Like, surely anyone should.
He's asking a question. He's not calling anyone.
I went to Japan and saw that there were very few Japanese.
He's not saying anything about anybody or anybody's colour or race.
Japanese people here.
He's asked the question.
What's going on? He has every right to ask
Maybe
that as a
he
white
said it a
person
bit
in a white
abruptly.
country. There's nothing abhorrent about that. There's nothing vile about that, unless you hate white people, which is what the Liberals clearly do. They hate white people.
King Charles.
Anti-white racists.
Yeah.
And
King Charles, he loves the Muslims, but he don't like English white people.
Trying to feed the crocodile and
he's a crocodile.
You know, not woke,
but to see the fucking dinosaurs with the crocodiles.
Just forget all that. Mike Graham is known for saying what Mike Graham thinks. And I don't always agree with Mike Graham. I surely don't. But I've watched his show and listened to his show for years and years. Him and Julia Hartley-Brewer are Talk TV. So they've just cut away half of Talk Radio, Talk TV, whatever they want to call themselves. I think
because they're just getting in wokos.
But you don't have to agree with these people. You don't have to agree with them on everything. Even if you disagree with this message in particular, compare and contrast.
And I used to like
tell me, we're not effed by multicultural.
I used to like her. I did.
Why are we
used
surrounded by
like
non-white people?
A lot of people
I mean, why are we surrounded by non-white people? I am a non-white person myself. I find it very strange that England, which was a predominantly white country for over 1,000 years, has suddenly in major cities become predominantly brown. Something's changing.
It's not being racist.
If white people don't ask now, it may be too late for them
We're not being racist. We want to know why and why these things are happening. Why King Charles doing what he's done.
By the way, because I obviously don't agree with Mike Graham on lots of things, but that
I don't agree with him on one thing. That's about Tommy Robinson. That's about it.
Shouldn't be able to have
I think that's the only thing. But I don't know what he said.
What do you make?
I don't know how it's been said. I don't know when. I'll have to find the part where he has said that.
It's caused a really big problem in my house.
So we can't really
the only station that's listened to in my house in the morning is Mike Graham, and now there's quite a lot of tantrums going on. So thanks a lot, Talk. Look, as someone who was viciously cancelled and arrested for making a mistake, I'd just like to point out again what Keir Starmer said a few years ago about making a mistake. Now, I don't know if Mike Graham wrote that
But I've said about making a mistake, so what?
And none of that matters. What matters is
what
Keir Starmer said. And he said, if you make a mistake and you delete it, it's over. And that's exactly what should have happened to Mike Graham. And what Talk have done, and look, I understand it. You have this huge vocal minority who's very woke there. And some of them, I'm sure, were very deeply offended. And they're...
Well, I'm not offended at all.
If you don't like what Mike Graham says, don't listen.
But I'm not offended. I've not heard anything from Mike Graham that's offended me.
He's expressed it. You don't like it.
I have not heard what he said about Tommy Robinson. I've not heard that part. Well, I don't know why I've not heard him saying it, but I've not seen that part, so I can't say. What I'm going to say is I probably don't agree with what he said because I don't understand. I don't know what he said on that part, but I probably don't agree. Well, that doesn't mean that I'd have to say, oh, he's offended me just because he said one thing that I don't agree on about what he said about Tommy Robinson. Well, so what? Right? I might not agree on it, and some people might not agree with what he said. But that doesn't mean you're going to counsel somebody. Someone's got to be criminal for the rest of the fucking life or something, does it?
Minority who's very woke.
Well, that's the case, then we should be sacking King Charles and the rest of them for the rest of their lives.
And
because they lie more than anything.
To have what opinion they want to have. Everybody should be entitled to that. But in the same way, Mike should be entitled to have it.
Yeah.
And I think sunshine is the best disinfectant.
Yeah.
If you don't like what Mike Graham says, don't listen. It's that simple. He has an opinion. He's expressed it. You don't like it. Don't listen. Why fire him? He didn't say anything illegal. He didn't break the law. What he did was break the woke code. And I know that sounds really harsh,
And I am very sorry for anybody who was deeply offended, but it's not against the law to offend somebody.
Exactly what I've been saying. It's not fair against the law.
What's so interesting, though, of course, is that Mike's listeners would have been happy to have that discussion. I think if we were in America, what would have happened is that we could have all had a debate, right?
Exactly.
Mike would have had a debate about his post. You know, it's like that whole discussion type of Carlson influencers, etc. Let's get Mike Graham versus Tommy Robinson. Because Mike said some terrible things about Tommy Robinson, but I want to see that conversation, and I would happily moderate that conversation. And I think that's what the mainstream media is so scared of doing. But here in the independent space, actually, sometimes it does involve having in-depth discussion with people who you don't necessarily agree with on everything, because we can have that nuanced debate without advertisers saying that we're going to be cancelled.
Being a woman beater.
And that's how the human race develops, right? We debate ideas, we debate what people think, even when we don't agree with them, and we live together. You can't just shut people down and get rid of them because you don't like what they've said. But look, there were rumours, weren't there? I saw some paperwork that some of the stations won't even allow their presenters to call Rachel Reeves Rachel from Accounts. And that's what we've
Yes, that's GB News. They've banned it. They've banned the nicknames that I used to use when I was on GB News. I now use on King Charles either. Starmer,
this is why no one's speaking out.
British Fashion Corporation, etc., etc. Father Coven, what did you make of the fact that Julia Hartley-Brewer was first forced to announce this news today? A very unenviable position for her. And then on this free speech station, she has to say, but that's it. We can't talk about this. And there's been radio silence from all the Talk TV presenters today, Father Coven, and I do feel uncomfortable about that. I mean, would they really be sacked if they said, look, Mike's a great friend of mine, I've loved working with him? We've seen none of that.
None of that.
Mike will get absolutely zero support from his former friends and colleagues. He will find out that friendship is actually very transactional. And now that he's on the outside, he will remain in the cold. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is in that industry.
So he didn't have to friend. They weren't the friends in the first place, which I've already said. They were liars. Jeremy Kyle, you're a fucking liar.
Just all left there.
And you, me, I don't like it now. I don't like that. I don't even like that fucking, I don't like that Jeff Phillips either.
But, you know, as much as I love Julia Hartley-Brewer, when I got fired, I went on a show, and when the cameras went off, she was like, yeah, I would have fired you too.
I know,
she very much plays the party line. She won't step outside of that sphere. She will protect her job. Everyone else on the TV station there will protect their jobs over their friendship with Mike, and I'm sure privately they'll be sending messages of support to let him know that they still love him, etc. But that's not what matters when you've lost your platform. But he will thrive. We know he will thrive. And I think you're right to say he shouldn't have took part in their little coping session, their struggle session, as Abby Roberts called it, because you should never give over your phone to an organisation or any institution that wants to kind of find fault. And that's what they're looking for. They're not looking to find understanding, they're looking to find fault. And it's incriminating yourself. They may have found other messages that they disagreed with. And it's exactly what happened to Tommy Robinson, who's just been found not guilty of the terrorism charges that they tried to use against him.
And that's why I said, why should he do that? And they should be saying that he should give up the phone. No, we should
in those certain circumstances. But it would be lovely to see some public support for Mike. And again, I don't agree with everything he says. I don't think we should ever agree with everything anyone says. But I do think it would be nice to see some of his friends and colleagues have his back. But I would be very surprised if it does happen.
I've got his back. I think the public have.
I'm stunned that the management have decided to promote Mark Dolan permanently into the lineup over someone like Alex Phillips. What are they thinking?
I reckon there's a lot of people out there that watch Mark.
I don't know. Maybe Mark Dolan is easier to control. Maybe he's going to follow the party line better. He doesn't want to lose another job again. And also maybe Alex decided she didn't want to get up at that time in the morning, and if that is the case, Alex, totally behind you, totally.
Yeah, well, just to say, it's not the case that Mark has replaced Mike on the breakfast show, but he's become one of their main flagship presenters now. I think that spot should have gone to Alex Phillips. I really do.
Yes, me too.
I think it's a big mistake that they've made, Father Calvin.
Oh, I agree. I think Alex has more than earned her nettle. And I've buried the hatchet with Mark But I was very upset with the way he jumped into your grave at GB News, and so to see him jumping into Mike Graham's grave is a little bit, I'm getting deja vu now.
I know, it's like, do you not learn your lesson? Seriously. Oh, goodness gracious me, goodness gracious me. But look, fundamentally, I think the point that Father Calvin has made is utterly critical here. It's not about agreeing with everything that Mike Graham has said, everything that he has done. As I say, not just about that post, but about his views on Tommy Robinson. It's not about that. It's about the fact that the only way we are going to save this country, and they are the stakes, are if we have journalists and broadcasters who do not live in fear. And the problem is this culture of fear, which has been introduced as a result of the sackings of myself and Father Calvin Robinson and Lawrence Fox and Mark Stein from GB News, has now swept across the media. It's very much in place at Talk now. This is why we need to support independent media ventures. And I'm not talking about me at Outspoken. I am so grateful for your support of me over the past year. It has blown my mind. It's been absolutely incredible. And we are flying now. And so that's why I want to support others like Mike Graham to get into this space.
Good. Well, I'm glad because you're good, mate. And I think you should be the head of this.
And the way that there
I've
is
already
this
said you were
driving
the head
all
of the
driven
team
now
with
by the
this
independent
stuff.
media. It is no longer driven by the mainstream media, not even Fox News anymore.
Well, we've got BBC
Thank you so much
and
for watching
ITV
Dan
to
Wootton
cover.
Outspoken. Please
So
click
we
on my
need
face
both
just to the bottom
sides.
left to
Somebody-
subscribe to this
somebody
brand new
for
independent news source
BBC
and turn
and
on the
someone for
notification bell.
ITV.
So you'll be alerted to our brand new live show.
As managers and people to do the news and how they do it in BBC News, how you do it in ITV News. It is all a bit the same, but ITV have their own people and BBC have their own. Well, they all are the same eventually, but I mean, that's how we need to make it the same, but not the same in a completely different way. Well, thank you very much from Caroline Poynton in Manchester, Berwick. Bye.